Haha. I should have 3 balls. Juggle a little bit, but I'm not that dexterous. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to animate dashboards better and faster in Figma. What's up guys, my name is Adrian Sule from Future Moose. I'm a full-time traveling designer and I'm doing so with my family. And right now we're in this beautiful place called La Spezia in Italy, and it's pretty cloudy and nasty outside, so I thought I'm gonna take some time in this beautiful Airbnb and shoot a quick video for you guys to help you how to animate things in Figma faster. And on this channel, I'm gonna help you become a better designer and scale up your design career faster. So if you're new here, consider subscribing, but hey, make sure you have a look at the show notes and the description below, because I'll be posting all the resources and the links regarding this material today. Without further ado, let's jump straight into the tutorial. It's me jumping into the tutorial and typing fast, which I don't type a lot because I'm a designer. So what we have here is an actual UI kit template that I borrowed from the SAS kit, and they've been kind enough to share this kit with me so I don't start from scratch, because in this tutorial what I'm going to try and demonstrate is going to be more around animation and not necessarily about UI design or UX design. So what I have right now here in front of me is the whole dashboard on a single frame. There's nothing else in here. What I will try to do is animate an introduction or a loading screen of this dashboard. So more specifically, how the side menu slides in from the left. Maybe the top navigation bar does the same thing. What else can we do here? Maybe these cards show one at a time and the information and the data loads up. On this bar could be really cool if we could animate as it scales from 0 to whatever it is right now, this green bar for the completed tasks. Here we have deals and tasks. Yeah, actually, what is this whole dashboard about? It seems to be about maybe some web application where someone is tracking tasks completed in a team. They have some notifications here in these panels, and they also have the active, completed, embedded, this donut chart here for tasks, and also maybe their sales. It says here close deals, so their sales and close deals across a time frame. Okay, so here's how I work. I try to work backwards. So basically I start with the end screen, which is what we're looking at right now, and then deconstruct it piece by piece and kind of go back in time. Imagine how this dashboard would start. It would start with nothing, an empty screen, maybe just with the background of the screen, which is this grayish screen. So imagine from there, what will happen next? You will have maybe the side menu slide in, then you have the top navigation bar slide in, then you have the cards fading in, then you have the data showing up and charts animating in. So you have to figure out all of these steps in your head or even on paper, just write them down, and based on that start completing your steps in the animation, especially for a more complex one like this one. So how do I do this very fast? I first try to group each individual object. Like for example, here I have the sidebar as a group and I name it as a sidebar, top navbar, etc. And then if I click deeper in here, let's say for the deals, I'm going to see that in the dealers card I have the dealer's content. I'll just shift it so you see it's grouped. I also have the card details, which is nothing else other than the card itself. And I've done the same for each of these. So what I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna duplicate this frame and keep it maybe as my final frame. And I'm gonna play around with this one, which I can deconstruct. So the first step, I'm gonna remove these cards here and only keep the side menu and the top navigation bar. Why would I do that? It's because those would be the first key elements that are gonna animate into the screen. I know I haven't talked about the Figma tool itself, how you do that. You're gonna see me doing it on the fly, so I think it's just better time saver to do it that way. Okay, so I have this view. Let's consider this view as my end view. So I'm gonna duplicate that as well. And what's gonna happen is I need to decide how these items are gonna come into the view. So I will drag out these panels here. So now they're off screen. I'm holding shift and arrows to move faster, and I'm gonna drag out this one up. So now they're still part of the frame, but you cannot see them because they're off screen. And I want this to be my end view. how do I do this animation wise? Well, Figma introduced in October or late September, if I'm not wrong, this new feature which is called Smart Animate. So you basically go here, you click on the prototype view, you select the starting artboard or frame, and you drag this pinpoint to the next one, which is the end state, which is what I've done right now. So look what happens now. If I'm gonna play this prototype, actually, hang on a minute, yeah, maybe it's not ready yet. So what I forgot to do is to select my animation and make it a smart animation. So now the prototype loaded up. What I'm gonna do is click, boom. So it started from the initial state where the sliding bits of the animation were outside of the screen. And when I clicked, it came into the screen. That's what Smart Animate does. It takes one state to another automatically. So let's close, well, we can keep the prototype open because it automatically updates based on the changes you're gonna make. So we have gone this far. What would be the next step? Maybe the next step is to bring in those cards. So let's duplicate this dashboard and bring in those cards. What I'm doing here, I'm copying these three groups, putting them into my end view over here. Control C, Control V, or Command C, Command V to copy basic stuff. And I will be removing all of these other elements that I will not want to animate yet. I'm holding Shift and clicking deeper layers. It's just much faster. And what I want to focus here is that these cards come into the screen. So I'm going to copy them, go back a step, put them in here. Again, what would be my starting state for this frame? It would be when the cards are faded out, and then they fade in and come into the view. In addition, I'll put some motion in as well, and I'll have them move a little bit across the screen. So look what's going to happen here. I'm going to shift this one to the left, shift this one to the right, this card to the right as well, fade out both of them. So let's fade them to 0. And next, go into prototype mode, select this dashboard, link it to the next dashboard frame where the cards are sitting in the appropriate space. And that's pretty much it. Oh no, yeah, we have Smart Animate. Maybe the duration is a bit long. Let's hit it at 300 milliseconds. And if you go back into your prototype, it should already be updated. So what I'm doing, I'm holding the back key, the left arrow key, just to scroll back to the beginning of the animation. So now if I click, I have the whole animation happening here. So including the cards. What I missed actually was that the event should not be on click, because I had to click again to see those cards coming in. So for that, what I'm gonna do is change it to have this cards flying animation happen not on a click, but after a certain delay. And I want that delay to be instant. As soon as the side menu and the top navbar come in, I want the cards to come in as well. So for that, I'm gonna hit this speed at 1 millisecond. So basically it's almost like instant, and I'm not even gonna notice. All right, so now let's look at the prototype again. Hitting the back key, the left arrow key to start from the beginning. And then I'm gonna hit click to start everything else. Boom, so everything happened on its own. So you have the side menu, top navbar, cards coming in. Let's look at the next step. This is looking great so far. I know we don't have the data yet in there, but it's already starting to take shape. So let's think about it. What do we want to bring into the view next? I would say let's bring in these panels, this calendar view here. And then lastly, we'll do another frame step where we show the progress bar loading up. Okay, so I'm just gonna copy these, duplicate my last frame with the cards, paste that in here. They need adjusting a little bit. Let's say just around there. And now I will copy it from here just to save their origin position and paste them here as well. Again, the reason I pasted it on a frame before this is so that I can set that initial state. Let's say in this case, they're gonna be off the screen a little bit, off the y-axis a little bit, and also fade them out. Simple as that. Oops, where are we doing here? Pass through, let's make it at 0. Boom, so you cannot see it here, but as soon as this frame smartly animates to this frame, they're just gonna slide up into the screen and fade in at the same time. Of course, you can break apart this view and have them staggered. What that means is that you have one element coming from, behind the other one, not necessarily all at the same time. Maybe to make it a little bit more realistic, I'm gonna shift the distance between them. So I'm just selecting those frames that have opacity on them to be a bit farther from each other. So it looks like they're coming from a much further distance than they originally are. Okay, so now what I'm missing is that I need to go into prototype mode again. As you expect, I'm gonna drag and connect these two frames. I'm gonna make this event to happen on a delay of nothing, 1 second, so it's automatically going by. I don't have to click anything. I think the timing is fine, 300 milliseconds, and I think I'm ready to test it out. Let's go back to the first frame. Okay, I'm gonna click, you're gonna see the whole thing now. Boom. Beautiful. That's amazing, right? Let's do it one more time. I like this so much. Look at this. You have the side menu coming in, top nav bar. It already looks like the application is taking shape, like it's an actual real web application loading up. Cool. Let's go back into the design view and do my favorite part when charts animate. So in this case, it's just a green bar for the tasks, but I like that a lot. I really want to see that coming to life. So duplicate this last view, go back to my original design. Hey, where are you, buddy? There you go. Go back to my original design, grab these two elements with the bars and paste them on my end frame. I don't know where they were, maybe around there. Copy that, go a step back, and here's what you're gonna do. You will, on the first frame, well, the frame before last, we will basically scale. It's as simple as that. This is just a bar. It's a shape. It's a rectangle shape, super squashed down, and it looks like a thin bar. You could also use maybe just a line, though I'm not sure how well Figma animates with lines. Oh, let's go to the design view here and drag this bar, make it super tiny. Actually, let's use the width value here, give it a 1. So there's that tiny beginning shape size, and on this other view, we don't have to do anything, so it's already at the correct size. In addition, we have these metrics up there. We'll just, let's say, fade them out, and I will also shift them to the left a little bit so it feels like it's coming into the view. And what do I have to do next? Well, you guessed it. Link up the prototype frame. So I'm gonna drag this one here. Now they're connected, but we gotta set the delay to 1, so it automatically moves on to the next view. All right, let's have a quick look at the whole animation again. So I'm gonna click and start everything. We should see that bar loading up. Beautiful. I wanna see that again. Quick tip, if you hit the back key or the left key once, you always go one step into the animation flow, same as you go through a prototype, because I'm looking at a prototype view right now with Figma. So I'm hitting the key once, and you just saw the animation going left. And then starting again, because it has that after delay to initiate the animation forward. So if I go 2 keys back, so 2 left arrows, 1 and 2, I went 2 steps in the animation, and as you see right now, it goes back forward on its own because it has that delay of 1 millisecond. Cool, this is already taking shape. Like even what we have so far, it will blow the minds of stakeholders, of your startup clients, or whoever, or wherever you're working, or projects you're showcasing, or even on Dribbble. Hey, if you like this video so far, consider subscribing and hit that bell icon so you receive notifications when more beautiful videos like these come up. Give it a like, and if I hit 1,000 likes, I will create another animation, maybe of a mobile screen, like a native application, or even an e-commerce or marketing, whatever, regular landing page. Okay, so I'm gonna go back into the animation and see what we have left. Well, we have these 2 beautiful charts. We have a line chart here and one of these donut charts, and I would like them to animate one at a time, as if data is just coming in and those cards are pulling data from the server somewhere in real time, one at a time. So I will select the content piece of the deals card and paste it on my last frame in here. Right, let's just drag that one over there. And then next, let's copy this into a frame before that. And here's what we're gonna do. We will do it as simple as just shrinking down the height of this area of the line graph. So let's just drag down that height down up, maybe, I don't know, maybe up to there. Don't want to go all the way. I want to give it some speed and momentum. If I go all the way down, it's gonna just take too long, and I don't like it when it does that. Okay, so somewhere around there, it seems like I also have to shift it down a bit, so it's gonna move on the y-axis a little bit. And of course, my basic trick here is to make it grayed out. I'm not gonna grade it all the way. Maybe I'll do 30% in this time. Let's see what happens when it's 30%. Does it make it more real or not? Oh, we forgot about this pin here. Okay, so we'll have that one over there and make this one at 30% as well. There's a shortcut as well, actually, I forgot to mention. If you hit the number pad, if you hit 1 or 2 or 3, I think mine are not set up right now, but you can set the opacity by just hitting. Anyway, we'll do a tutorial on shortcuts in Figma, not right now. All right, so what are we missing here again? Well, you guessed it, we have to connect the prototype. Actually, before that, let's also fade out these metrics around the chart. So I will actually make them slide a little, actually it's from this side, slide in from the right and fade in, and I'll set these to opacity 0, and we should be good to go. So let's move on the prototype view, select the frame, connect to the next frame. Oh, I already did that earlier, that's fine. After delay 1 millisecond. Oh, that's nice. Figma, remember that I'm going with this pattern of setting things after a delay, and it's already doing it for me. I like that feature. I don't know if it's a feature or it just happened. Cool, so let's go back to our view here. Let's go for the beginning. I want to see this beauty one more time. All right, let's begin. Boom, 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 and boom. Beautiful, right? Let's go one step and see this chart one more time. Look at the fine details. Yeah, I don't like that. Maybe the 30% was not such a great idea. Let's switch back in Figma and make these graphics at 0. Oops, I think I did not select the right layer here. So there we go. There we have the line or the area, and here we have the line, and here we have that pin dot, whatever you want to call it. I think now it's gonna look much better. Oh, that's so much smoother. Have a look at this. Ooh, beautiful, right? Awesome. We're almost there. We only have one more card to go. So for this card, what should we do? What should we do? Well, let's first grab this donut chart. Wait, we should have... I did prepare something before the video, aside from grabbing the CY kit, which is animating numbers, because I had this idea in mind that I'm going to show you guys basically how numbers could animate in the view. And I'll do it from scratch. I see I forgot it here in the view, but I'll do it from scratch so you see exactly how it's done. All right, first let's copy the content of this card, put it over here. Okay, and remove the numbers and do it from scratch over here. Just grab one of them. What's going on over there? So I have a mask, that's why you cannot see what's going on over there. Okay, let's remove this mask and remove this mask and set this to 4 and set this to 5. So these are two super huge text fields. By default, that's not what you would have as you're starting off from your fresh design, but now this is what you would have. Let's move this one a little bit like that. So what I want to do is have the loading of that donut chart show the numbers flip from 0 and stop to whichever the digits are on both sides. So for example, we have number 4 here. I want to start from 0 and stop to 4. Then here maybe I have 9, start from 0, roll up, stop at 9. So how I'm going to do that, I'm going to create a sequence of numbers in the same text field vertically, and I will mask to show one number at a time, and then Figma will smartly animate the transition from one state to another. So basically when the text field is over here on the y-axis, and then shifting down, which is 0, and then shifting down to maybe number 4 on the y-axis, and the same for the other digit. As simple as that, then it will look super professional. So have a look. Let's start with this one. So let's start with 9, let's do it for each. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Oop, did I miss anything? 2, 1, and 0. And delete that one. Increase the height of the text field to cover all the digits. Duplicate this. Command D. There we go. And now all we need is a mask. So what I'll do is drag this rectangle there, push it to the back, and select these two numbers. Select these. Well, these are grouped. I don't like that. Let's ungroup them so we can do one at a time. Okay, so now select these, and I think that's a shortcut. I never use it. Yeah, for masks. Boom. So you cannot see the other numbers. You can only see the correct one, but you can see they're falling off somewhere on the screen here. Great. What we need to do is set these at 0, because that's where we would want the animation to start. And the percentage sign stays as is. It's just the text field. All right, so I'm gonna cut these and paste them into my view. There we go. Beautiful. Let's drop them in there. Somewhere in the middle. Boom. Okay. Because this is the end frame, what I want to do is have it at 0 on the frame before. Remember what I was explaining earlier. And I'm gonna copy the numbers and the actual content, move a frame back, paste it in there. Ooh, actually, I think I messed up my frames, because this is a frame which is for the earlier animation, which is this line area graph. So I'm gonna duplicate this view and have, let me show you from a zoom out perspective. So this view would be my last, because the previous one was more geared towards our line graph animation. Okay, so here what we want is to show the end state. Let's set this to 58. Let's go to 58. So I'm holding shift and moving down the actual text field within that mask. The way I selected the deepest element in the mask, I'm always holding command on a Mac, and that lets me select the end object there. Okay, so we said 58, so let's stop at 8. And then have this guy over here stop at 4, 5. All right. That's all we have to do on the final frame. We do have to make some changes on the first frame. So what I want to do there is, first of all, fade out the numbers. In this case, maybe I keep on trying at 30%. I think that opacity is a magic number. So I'll go at 30% again. Boom. Make the percentage at 30% opacity. Boom. And I would like to have this shape. See, this vector shape is actually, it's a stroke. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make this one about that size, this slice about that size, and this slice about that size. At the same time, I would like them, I'm gonna select each individual one, to rotate, maybe like so. So you can already imagine what's gonna happen. Do you know what's gonna happen? These initial widgets from slices from the donut, they're gonna rotate and grow at the same time and fade in. Just gonna give it a cool effect of the donut chart loading up from nothing to the final view. And the numbers animating in the center, which is amazing. In addition, I would like these beautiful legend elements in here slide into the view as well. And I'm gonna stagger them, so have one more distance from another, so they don't come in at the same time, just make it more realistic. And the header of the card, I'll make it just fade in. As simple as that. Let's fade it in. Boom. So now let's not forget to fade in these elements. So the text is done. I'm looking here in my layers to see where I've got the legend. Okay, those are the legend items. Set these at 0, and our beautiful, did we get in all of them? Yeah, I think we have all the slices. Set those at 30% as well. Cool. So next, and we're almost there, Next, we are going to connect these two views as a prototype and have them animate after a delay of 1 second. So automatically move to the next screen, 300 milliseconds. I think I'll give this one more just so you can see how everything comes in. And fingers crossed, we're done. So let's go back. Ooh, did you just see that? Boom! That's it. All right, I gotta see this one more time from the beginning. It's just too wonderful. This is amazing. Are you with me on this one? Ready to hit click? The last animation of the day, it's ready. Boom, let's have it. Oh, look at that. That was amazing. All right, I don't know about you guys, but it just blows my mind what you can do here in Figma. It's so easy and so fast. Cool, let's have a look one more time. It's just mind-blowing. Okay, last time. Boom. We should add some sounds animation like we used to do in the 2000s with Flash. All right, well, that concludes it. Question of the day. Let me know what you're going to be animating next in Figma for your design projects in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts on that. If you have any questions or ideas for more tutorials just like this one, hit me up in the comments section below. So thanks for checking out this video. Subscribe for more videos just like this one. And until next time, Adrian Soul is bringing you the best tips and tools for scaling up your career as a designer faster. Keep crushing it, and we'll talk soon. You've got this. You've got this. Gonna stay up to date to that. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to... What's going on? I'm thinking how to animate this dashboard in the next video. Give me some likes, please.